Good morning, everybody. It's January 14, just after 9:30 in the morning. I already been down the shed to get my tools. Went to Home Depot this morning. Got a few boards that I'm going to try. It's an idea that Valentina and I came up with last night when she came out for our shelving, custom shelving built into the wall. And I got myself a saw that I knew I was going to eventually buy. I've been borrowing Roger's, and it's time for me to have my own, so I'm not having to borrow his all the time. So that I'm going to be doing a lot of ripping on these. So I need that, and of course I'm always going to have a need for that saw. So that's exciting. And went down and got tools, and I'm going to take that board off the concrete and see how that's looking. Let that dry out a little bit. Maybe I'll do another batch today. On top of that, I have a drywall installer coming out here in a few minutes. Hopefully less than a half an hour he should be here. And get a bid from him on doing the house. That'd be awesome. I'm looking forward to that part being done. I also went into Home Depot today. Our appliances were due to be delivered January 21, and part of the service is them hooking everything up and putting it all installed. And we're nowhere near close enough ready for that. So I moved that out to March 10. So that makes me feel good. I can breathe a little bit and not stress out about getting everything done so quickly. Always ends up taking way longer than you think. Oh man, I thought we'd be in this house by now if you would have asked me when we first started, but it is what it is. All right, let's go check out the concrete. All right, guys, we're getting there. That's one of the better looking ones that I've done. I feel like I like that. Well, it's not the best looking. These are pretty good too. This was, let's say, the worst one. Too many pocked up. I made it too dry. This turned out pretty good. Just got to get up there. We'll get there eventually. I'm going to do a little unboxing. This is a smaller table saw called Compact, I guess. There is a bigger one that comes with a table and stuff, which would be nice because it cut up to 32 inches wide. When you're doing like OSB or something like that, plywood, that'd actually be pretty nice. But it was more than twice the price, and I just don't know that I would need it that much to justify the price. It'd take up extra room, and I think that I could probably create, if it was highly necessary, a table of my own or something to put this on to create a bigger cut space, or I can just hook up. For something big like that, I could use my skill saw type thing. I don't know. It just didn't seem like it was justifying the price. This is kind of heavy. Much heavier than the one that I've been borrowing from Roger. I was a bit concerned that it might be damaged a bit because the box is damaged. But this is looking pretty good so far. Well, at least the directions are taped on it, so it's not damaged. We only had one left in Home Depot. Dewalt and Home Depot and Lowe's and Tractor Supply and all these places that sell Dewalt been running some really good deals. So I think, I don't know what's the reason for that, but after Christmas, seems like a lot of things are low on inventory. All right, so one thing I feel that is missing I feel like there should be a guide somewhere. Ah, I feel it. It's all stored inside here. Alright. Alright, well, you don't need to see all the rest of this, it'd be boring. Anyway, a couple of guides are in here. Hook it all up. That's a pretty decent size table, I feel like. And again, what I got this for, that I'm going to start using today, excuse me, is ripping some boards for putting shelving. I'm going to be doing that for some butcher block stuff too when I put in shelving here. So this is going to come in handy and necessary. Alright, I finally figured out this saw, how everything goes together and how everything works. It's all kinds of pieces and you got to follow the directions. A lot of stuff going on there. But I'm using it for what I'm not supposed to be using it for, and I'm using it for what I need to use it for. So what I've done is I've cut these in the right length by having this further out, and then I send it through on this guy. And then I switch that out for this, and then I rip the other length, the lengthwise, and it's working pretty good. I think it's going to be cool sometime. We're going to figure out what we're going to use these for, because these are big enough to make like little picture frames or do something with, some kind of design. So this is the idea. I'm struggling to keep this at a 1/2 inch. It's really taking me a lot of time, and I think it's because either these are a little bit warped or a little bit slanted. It's just no wood is straight. Even these are, you know, probably not straight. And then you got, these aren't straight up and down exactly, so you're kind of playing around with them. And then on the back side of this, the drywall will go, and that'll create us a little shelf. So what I shelves. So what I did was I took, I think these were 1x5s, which means they're a little bit shorter than 1x5. I mean the 5 part, and 2x4s are 3.5 instead of 3. I mean instead of 4. And then to stick this out a 1/2 inch from the from here, so that the drywall can go up against it evenly. You just figure out the math, you cut them, so that's why I ripped these and cut them all exact to fit, so that they'll stick out that 1/2 inch, and these ones stick out that 1/2 inch. Well guys, I kind of lost track of time. I know I need to go take care of my grandson today, but I was off on my time thinking I had more time, so I didn't get very far today because I was kind of figuring things out. But that's where we're at. I'm just going to leave everything laying around and lock this place up. I got to get out of here. Hopefully nobody decides to come take anything or check in here, peek in here. I did not get to this. I kept thinking I had time to do some stuff, but I don't. I need to get. All right, let me clean some stuff. Take at least the stuff down to the shed and put the tractor away. All right, guys, it's about 3 o'clock. Niana has to be to work by 4. Takes me a half an hour almost to get home and get something to eat. So it's time for me to go, so I can get home in time to give her time to get to work. So we will see you guys tomorrow, and I hope, or the next time I'm out here, which is probably going to be tomorrow, and I hope that I can do one thing of concrete up there behind the wood stove, and maybe and hopefully finish that one bookshelf there. And we'll be waiting to see what the quote is from the drywaller. All right, we'll see you guys next time I'm out here.